unprecedented opportunities. We are faced with unprecedented future. We have a future waiting for us. This is not the time for you to get distracted by political alignments which are soon to be extinct. Raila Odinga is not the first time he has done a handshake. He did a handshake in 1997 with Moi. He did a handshake in 2007 with Kibaki. He did a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta in 2017. So these are not things that should excite you. We have seen this cycle before. We have seen these political orangutans. We have seen these alligators. We have seen these cannibalistic pricks. We have seen them realign when their interests are threatened. So you should not, this is not the time for you to get distracted. This is not the time for you to respond to every ODM charlatan who is tagging you or who is posting a volatile tweet. You can ignore. Your engagement, your attention is what is fueling all of our oppression. You understand? The fact that you give these charlatans airtime, the fact that you engage with their tweets, the fact that you interact with their posts is what is triggering the algorithm to think that, oh, these are very popular people. Let's continue sharing their content. Let's continue sending it to every account. But that's not the case. So I'm here to tell you that we have our program. They have theirs. We have our program, which is Occupy Jesus Winner on Sunday. The no more, no less. Anything else is a distraction. You understand? Our agenda, our objective remains whether these people, whether these cannibals realign, and whether these sharks realign so that they can oppress us. We have seen this cycle. You are not supposed to get gaslit. You're not supposed to be even entertaining it. You could entertain it from the context of, I saw Edwin Sifuna there. And I keep telling you people that eloquence is not inversely or directly proportional to intelligence. Edwin Sifuna was there now feigning misery, feigning hopelessness. His hands are tied. I was forced to do this. I had to embark on these shenanigans. I had to append my signature on this atrocity because, I am the secretary. You had the option of resigning, you useless piece of shit. This was a time-sensitive matter. Anything else you do from today is null and void. The time that you should have risen to the occasion was that moment when you're in KICC and you say, my name is Edwin Sifuna. I am the Secretary General. I cannot append my signature on this atrocity because I know it's in the worst interests of Kenya. I know it is a coalition structured to loot. That's the moment you should have risen to the occasion. Not 2 days from now, not 10 days from now, not when you see this regime collapsing and then you come and say, oh, I was held, I was trapped. No, that's rubbish. That is what Raila did in 2002, and the opposition, in their infinite stupidity, they embraced him. They embraced him in the NAC coalition, yet he had just come from Kanu, spent 5 years helping Moi to loot the country, and then he came last minute. He's the reformer, just because he came and said Kibaki Tosha. We shouldn't fall for the same nonsensical tricks that politicians keep rewinding every electoral cycle. We have our focus. And one of our biggest impediment, I've told you, I've spent more energy fighting internal saboteurs, fighting infiltrators who are, wolves masked in hiding in sheepskin. That has taken more of my energy than actually fighting Ruto. If I was fighting Ruto without dealing with the infiltrators and the traitors, we could have finished this shit in June 2024. But now every other time there's somebody who just pops out of nowhere. And if you ever see people who are propped up, somehow they just start trending and everything. Because you know this cycle. You saw it with Morara Kebaso. You saw it with Kasmuel Kaskazini Makaure. You saw those juvenile delinquents, how their meteoric rise to your living rooms every morning. You think it was by coincidence? You think it was not by design? The media is controlled by the government. We have no democracy in Kenya. Kenya is a one-party state. Everything else you see is a semblance of democracy. It's glorified democracy, and that's why they are not able to build your roads. That's how they are not able to fix your infrastructure. That's how they are not able to pay your school fees for free education, to pay your capitation for high school, to pay for help for university students. Why? Because the money that should be going to development is going to keep this semblance of democracy standing. So they have captured, let me tell you, and it all costs money. You think about it, it costs a lot of money. They have captured the media. These are the tenets of democracy. First of all, we look at the arms of the government. They have captured the legislature. We just have MPs who go to be bribed in the toilet to pass fraudulent bills. We come to the judiciary. It is captured. It is captured. You only need to look at my case. You see what the ODPP and the judiciary and the magistrates who are there, who are doing, slapping me with heavy fines just because of tweeting. Slapping me with extortionate fines. The first thing we should do is the magistrates who oversaw my case, they should be transferred before disciplinary actions. The ODPP is transferred, all the constitutional bodies, all of them are captured. The director of public prosecution is the one who is bribed together with the DCI so that they can launch these phantom cases. And worst case scenario, the NIS, which is supposed to be also an independent outfit, they are also paid so that they can conduct these extrajudicial killings, these abductions. So we have just a semblance of democracy. Let's go to the civil society. All of them are corrupted. All of them are bought. Civil society, who was the champion of civil society, is Boniface Mwangi, a bought bastard. Who are these other guys who have come out of nowhere? Kop Shakur, a thug. Hanifa, another thug. Come to the media. Ever ask yourself how these media houses are still standing? Why they still have their employees while they are posting losses? How is it possible? What magic is being done over there? It is the money that is supposed to fix your roads that is going there, because now propaganda has become the hustle. They need to keep you distracted from asking the questions that we are raising every day. And so it is incumbent upon you to not be distracted, to not give these people your eyeballs, your attention, your interactions, your engagements on their social media posts, because we have our program. We have our schedule. And our schedule right now is what? Occupy Jesus Winner. This is the program of events. You're going, you occupy, you're supposed to be there from as early as 7 a.m. There are so many routes to get into that place. Once you encounter police roadblocks, go to my TL right now. Go to my timeline. I've already posted a tweet done by somebody else on how to make Molotov cocktails. The police were only doing what they were doing last year because you had been subdued. You had been subdued into, you are told, Beba, Simu, Margin, a flag. What rubbish is that? This is a war. You're going to fight an oppressor. You're going to fight an aggressor. Somebody who is ready to shoot you. You saw what happened to Shauri Moyo the other day. They got a kid who was just leaving the mosque. The mom makes chips just down there in the streets. Down there in the streets, the kid has gone to told the mom, yo, just give me a few minutes. Let me go to the mosque and then I'll come back. What happens? He finds a police. The police is trying to extort him money. The guy says he doesn't have money. You are shot dead. Is this the life that you want your children to live in, dear mothers? That's not our future. We shall not be condemned to such lunacy because of Kiranjo D- idiots have been weaponized, have been unleashed by the government, who only see us as cannon fodder in the war of attrition. They only look at us from the context of we are their subjects and they are our rulers. Who rules who? Motherfucker, Ruto, you are not our ruler. You're in office illegally. The only thing which is keeping this government in a semblance of power is the very media. They're the ones who run their garbage. It is the blogs. It is bloggers like Cornelius Korir. Cornelius Korir, I keep telling him, stop shoving down extinct politicians down our throats. Stop posting garbage by mainstream politicians. You'll never see these people jumping onto our hashtags. We have 3 hashtags right now. We have Occupy Jesus Winner, we have Occupy State House, and then we have Ruto Must Go. You'll never see them. If you see any big wig who is not posting those hashtags, that big wig is on the payroll of the government, however much they masquerade as their opposition. And I've seen with these big wigs who are, I told you, the ones who are hiding the wolves in sheepskin, they do pro people posts. They can do 5, and then they do it in intervals. 5 and then 3. It's like Rogers Kimpembe. Rogers Kimpembe, his Twitter handle now is just for praising politicians. You go there, Murkomen, he must have been given a tender or something. So they do it in cycles. So they do 5 pro people and then 3 pro government. But so to doing Q is like Sifuna. Sifuna goes on TV and says no, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, he doesn't have the balls to walk out of an abusive relationship with his party because he's one of them. We need men of morals and convictions, men who can stand by them, men who can defend them, not men who are conveniently invoking or feigning ignorance or feigning inability to confront the very challenges that they claim. That they claim to stand for. It's not me who told Edwin Sifuna to go on Citizen TV and say that this rubbish does not work. It's not me. He's the one who went there voluntarily. Did he have a gun to his head? No. They go there, they come, they wax lyrical, they start telling you, oh, you know, me, Ruto cannot win even if he gets with Raila. They are all one and the same thing. Until you put that in your head, you will keep on. We are going to be condemned to repeat the same mistakes that our parents and grandparents have repeated. We were talking about we have an abusive relationship as Kenyans with the church. Because all our problems have been zeroed in, all our problems have been reduced to spirituality, even when spirituality is not the case. Anytime we are talking about, I have a problem, I am sick, I need to go to education, I don't have money for food, I don't have money, you go and meet this cannibalistic pastor who fast because they have monetized our misery, they have monetized our oppression. The first thing they tell you is, no, pandambegu, no, you need to fast, no, you need to tithe, no, you need to come to church, no, you need to come for midweek kesha, you need to come for lunchtime service. Everything of ours has been reduced to spirituality, even when spirituality is not the matter. When we are looking for spiritual nourishment, it normally stems from emotional and psychological issues. But now we are dealing with matters of life and death. We are dealing with hospitals, we are dealing with food, we are dealing with education, we are dealing with infrastructure. It reminds me of when Kibaki, there was the Sachangwan disaster. And instead of fixing that road, they went and had prayers over there. They had prayers for a problem which has been created by poor, bad engineering, by bad, corrupt engineers of Kenya National Highways Authority, Kenya Urban Roads Authority, Kenya Rural Roads Authority. If that road was dual carriage, there would not be any accidents at that stretch, Salga stretch. But they create problems, and then every time they invoke spirituality to shield themselves from reprimand. And that's the toxic and abusive relationship that we have been having with our churches. And so the Occupy Jesus winner is not, we are not just going because of these 120 million that Ruto gave the other day. While it is the catalyst, we are now sending a message to the church that it is not going to be business as usual. There is no way you can be there laundering the image, laundering the proceeds of crime of the politicians, and you expect us to clap for you. Jesus Winner Ministry. You even had your congregation, you had staged them to celebrate and ululate William Ruto's donation. What are you trying to show us? What contempt do you have for us? Who the fuck do you think you are? Do you think we feed at your table? Pastor Edward Mwai, do you think that I eat at your home? For you to even have the confidence of staging people to celebrate people. Are you crazy? And then you are sending people to troll us, to tell us that, oh, God, I'm a man of God. What godliness did you see there on Sunday? Why do you need GSU officers in a police motorcade chasing you around? This is the abusive relationship that we have had with churches. They have reduced, they have monetized our oppression, and they have become wealthy beyond measure. And even that wealth is still not enough. They still want to chase government handouts. They still want to chase the bag. Now we are saying, our occupation of Jesus Winner Ministry is a statement to the churches that we have had it enough with your fraternization, with your dalliance with these corrupt regimes. It didn't start now. It started even during the Moi era, during the Kenyatta era, that the church is seen as the fourth arm of the government. And we are saying there is no way you should be receiving tithes from your congregation and you're still receiving bribes from government officials, from corrupt government officials. We have told you severally to stop platforming politicians on your pulpits. We have said it. We have given you an advance warning. Have you heard? No. Jesus Winner, it was your chance now to, everyone is always pushing the boundary. You always want to see what will happen. It's like when most of you who are in relationships, who are partners or marriages or wives, or a husband, when they think they have the upper power, when they think they are the ones who run the show, then they keep on pushing. So if somebody is cheating, if they are coming late, leo akikuja saa 4, kesho anakuja saa 5. The other week anakuja saa 6. The other week hata akuji, and disappear. Everyone who thinks that they have a head start, everyone who thinks or who believes that they exact power, illegitimate power, because power is consensual. We have given power to the politicians for such a limited amount of time, and we can take it back as and when we deem fit. So if we say we are not waiting for 2027 and on Sunday we are occupying State House, that's exactly what the fuck we are going to do. And so the religious leaders, we said, and you agreed, that you're not going to platform, you're not going to give up, you're not going to have all these corrupt politicians coming there to contribute money. Some have complied. Congratulations to that Catholic church I saw in, was it Nanyuki, where they rejected 80,000 from Mwangi Kionjuri. I know it's painful, but painful decisions must be made. When you want to do something, you have to sacrifice. If you want that job and you're going to school, you have to sacrifice your time. So you won't be drinking alcohol and watching EPL. You'll be reading. Everything comes with a sacrifice. And sacrifice is not easy. It's not sweet. It's painful. The church, I know you want the money, because most of you are greedy bastards. The church elders, all of you are thugs. You want the money. But I told you again and again, even the businessmen of Nyamakema and Nairobi CBD who are saying that maandamano inaharibu biashara. Now ni maandamano imeharibu SHA. SHA ati haifanyi kazi. Ni maandamano imeharibu SHA ati SHA haifanyi kazi. I need an answer from you idiots. You idiots who run your businesses in Gikomba, in Nairobi CBD, nataka muniambie, ni maandamano imefanya SHA isifanya kazi? Ni maandamano imefanya madaktari wasilipwe? You see, I told you, your economic well-being, your prosperity will not come at the expense of my freedom and my rights and my own. We are either suffering together or we are rising together. You get that in your thick heads. Get that in your thick fucking heads. There's no day you will find people picketing. You will find people protesting. And then useme ati wanakuharibia biashara. Kwani who are your customers? Sini sisi. And then unakuja unasema ati tunakuharibia biashara. Your entitlement to other people's money. That's the biggest problem. You as a businessman, you as a church. Like now the businessmen of Nairobi CBD, you hired even watchmen, goons with rungus to fight protesters instead of shutting down and joining. How stupid are you? How fucked in the head are you? Your prosperity will not come at the expense of my freedoms and liberties. No. We have been held hostage for far too long. Sio kanisa, sio wana biashara, everything biashara. Biashara, you'd think that your clients are coming from another planet, from Mars. But it's us. And you're telling us we cannot protest because you're going to lose business. Are you making business now? How many businesses have shut down in Nairobi? Ni maandamano imefanya biashara zifunge. So please, save us your garbage. If you are fine-tuned to reason like government propagandists, then fine, go do you. But me, if I see you, I'm going to challenge you. We have to make things right. We have to make things work. Occupy Jesus Winner is a simple undertaking. We are just sending a message to the religious establishment that we have had an abusive relationship with you for far too long. We are now ready to disengage. On this regard, there is no other church people are attending on Sunday. Please, I need you to get this. The TikTokers who are watching and everything, I need you to, this is the place where you screen grab. These are the directions as regards and as appertains to Occupy Jesus Winner on Sunday. Number 1, you should be there from as early as 7 a.m. Number 2, this time there is no stories of Beba Simu Imagine a flag. No, carry things to keep you safe. The policemen are there to kill you. You have to kill them fast. For every protester that is killed by a policeman, 10 policemen have to die. So listen, so that is what we are doing. That is the program of events. No other churches will be opened on Sunday. The only church that we are attending, is Jesus Winner in Roysambu or all other Jesus Winner branches across the country. They have embarked on a very aggressive expansion. They are in every town. They are in every estate. They're in Joska. They are where? Why? Where is all this money coming from? Now we can see the nexus. We can see the convergence between state proceeds of crime and their expansion. Because why are churches expanding and businesses shutting down? Please Occupy Jesus Winner. Just go. They cannot even put their branches on their website because it would be too embarrassing. But they are in every town, in every estate, because of government money. So this is a well-oiled laundromat. This is a laundromat crafted by the politicians. It was used by Uhuru Kenyatta, and now it is being used by William Ruto. And we are telling Pastor Edward Mwai, who the fuck do you think you are? You will not insult our intelligence. You are okay making your money hidden. But the moment you invite a war criminal, you give him a platform in a church, you invite a war criminal, and you think we are going to take it lying down? Wewe Pastor Edward Mwai, wewe ili iwe funzo. Sunday ni lazima tukue hapo. Sunday we will be there. You're platforming You're giving your pulpit to a war criminal, people who have killed our children. The fuck do you think you are, man? Pastor Edward Mwai, wewe ni kiburi ilikuwa imekuingia kwa kichwa. Uto tu escort ulikuwa umejiona wewe umefika sana. So there is no going to any other church. We are going to go there. Now, afterwards, first of all, as you're going, the people who are coming from Mathare, if you're coming from the side of CBD, there are many routes to use. You can use Thika Road. You could also use Kiambu Road. Once you go to Kiambu Road, once you get to another place there after DCI, let's not touch DCI for now. The day we are going to DCI, I'm going to tell you. There's a way you can go and emerge out of Survey. There is a road that will take you to Survey. Just before you get to Survey, you are going to see Hotel Lamada. Once you go up a bit, you're going to see the NIS headquarters. You can pass by there and protest outside the NIS office because Nurdin Haji is the one who has been staging the abductions. Nurdin Haji is the one who has a black site. He has black sites actually. One in Mwehoko, one in Garden Estate, and one in Peponi Road. Nurdin Haji, the head of the National Intelligence Service, you saw him campaigning for Raila. What does the National Intelligence Service head have to do to campaign for an aging orangutan and senile old bastard like Raila Odinga? What business does he have to do? So pass by there and protest outside the National Intelligence Service. You can do it before, you can do it after. Afterwards, you can go to NIS. There are many places to go. After you finish the mass at Jesus Winner and you're going for lunch, you can pass by NIS, you can pass by DCI, you can pass by State House. There will be lunch there that has been prepared. And this is the time that you be very conscious, very alert of the infiltrators. Now, there are these groups of people who are hired through Boniface Mwangi. They come there and then they start pretending that they are singing songs. Sing Panda, sing Panda. Now, that's a choreographed group. Once you see them, choreographed antagonists. But their work is to form a shield, to form a barrier so that you don't advance. That's why you had three opportunities to occupy parliament last June, and it didn't happen because there was a cordon of sponsored anarchists, but they are controlled. So they are there, they are singing the same songs. The Giuliani songs. Fuck you, Giuliani. Fuck you, Giuliani. Giuliani is a Boniface Mwangi groupie. He's a motherfucker. All these people have been in the activism space for the last 20 years. What have they delivered to us? Nothing other than personal gain to themselves. Fuck you, Giuliani. So you have these sponsored anarchists because it's a strategy. Think of it like this. When there is a wild bushfire, they don't immediately start by switching off the fire or pouring water on the fire in the bush. What they do is light another fire which will control the bigger fire. Do you understand? Do you understand the mechanics? It's the same with protests. So you are here, you are the big fire, you are the wildfire in Lewa Conservancy, and then now they want to stop you from approaching Parliament or approaching State House. So they'll have antagonists who are there in the front, and they are singing choreographed and coordinated songs. I sang the other day I sang the song For You, coined by Boniface Mwangi. Boniface Mwangi is such an asshole, man. Boniface Mwangi, we are going to jail you with the corrupt politicians. Boniface Mwangi, we are going to hang you with the corrupt politicians. If you interfere with these protests, Boniface Mwangi, I am giving you a warning, Boniface Mwangi and Giuliani. So Boniface Mwangi and Giuliani, they bring those goons there to sing those songs. Those songs have been sung. Have they done anything? At some point, we have to understand that this is pacification. Pacification is crafted to stall mass dissent, to stall mass action. This is how they have weaponized it. They have used our musicians, they have used the activists, they have used all the panelists that you see in the media. In the morning, you have seen JKL, you see all these idiots, Richard Onyonka. He has never, His antagonism with the ruling coalition, whatever panelists, has never yielded any positive benefit to the country. Shah is still there. Everything that has come out of or has been born from militancy, whether it is digital militancy or physical street militancy. So don't think that power is given. Don't think that these people are ready to leave office anytime soon. You understand? Sorry, I need to ensure. So don't think that these idiots are willing and ready to leave office anytime soon. We have to get them out of office forcefully. We have to. Occupy Jesus Winner is the first step to your liberation. You are going to buy your freedom. You are currently in bondage. You are currently in slavery. You are going to buy your freedom, and freedom has very many accessories, has very many attachments. The accessories are religion, they are the civil society, they are the musicians and artists, they are the what? The people who have kept you, the media, the very media, the people who have kept you in a suspended state of, you're all the time you're just following, hey, what has Bahati done? What has Ambare done? What has you become? If you go on X right now, they're supposedly intellectual X. They are being micromanaged by a guy who doesn't even have a degree. It's called Caliph Cairo there. He's a con man. Every day he cooks up a story. They are making him trend. Every day. So you have to wean yourself from these accessories of your oppression. These distractions. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. You understand? So on Sunday, occupying Jesus Winner is your first step to buying. Freedom is not cheap. Freedom is expensive. Ask me. I've had to stay underground in my own country. A bunch of fucking Somalis called Mohammed Amin and Nurdin Haji have made me a refugee in my own country. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. You're buying back your freedom. Freedom is not cheap. Freedom comes with a lot of sacrifice. That's why I've told you, hakuna kubeba simu maji ama flag. You are buying stuff that will help you achieve your objective. And the objective is, number one, to stay alive. Number two, to subdue the enemy, to subdue the oppressor. What do you need? You need a Molotov cocktail. Once you see them, once they start shooting, once they start lobbing tear gas canisters, you are returning it with your own version of the tear gas canisters. Once they start shooting, you start going round. You don't engage them directly. Some of you go round. Some of you go to another street. There's so many panya routes in that area of Zimmerman. And so we don't want you, or we don't want the Zimmerman residents to operate as if they are living in, as if you're living in a vacuum. It's going to be a war zone. In Zimmerman, in Mirema, it's going to be a war zone. In Thika Road. If you have business to drive between Thika and Nairobi, can you stay at home on that day and join the protesters? So here is not child's play with Boniface Mwangi bullshit where you are singing, Sina makosa we afande. Ati Ruto si wako na misi wangu chukiani ni haki yangu mimi na wewe asema sina makosa we afande. Fuck you and your motherfucking wife, Boniface Mwangi. I swear, Boniface Mwangi, if you dare, because I know you, I know all your tricks. If you dare, Boniface Mwangi, wallahi billahi. If commercial activists, Julius Kamau, I see you taking your media there so that you can be arrested early in the morning. You know the trick these commercial activists do. They are there early in the morning so that they are arrested. And those videos, somebody is there strategically taking them, and then they put it on the Team Courage WhatsApp group, and then they share it so that they deter you. They start spreading fear so that you don't wake up to go to Jesus Winner. Boniface Mwangi, Julius Kamau, who is this other young girl called Wanjera? You do that shit once again. This is not your protest. This is the people's protest. I have spent a lot of time studying you motherfuckers, eh? You know me, I was never previously interested in the activism space. It would only take me an afternoon to figure out your shit. Boniface Mwangi, Juliani. I swear mufanye hivyo tena Juliani. Juliani, your street cred unakuanga nayo. You'll see me taking it. Utakuwa, you won't be allowed to eat in any restaurant in Nairobi. You're joking with me, Juliani. You're joking with me, Boniface Mwangi. The fuck do you think you are? You guys have been in activism space for 20 years. Just when we are about to reach to Canaan, just when we are about to hit our objective, you come and undermine it. I'm telling you right now, Boniface Mwangi. I'm telling you right now, Giuliani. Fuck you, motherfuckers. I am going to deal with you. Your work is to bring down other people's initiatives. Why can't you start your own? You're just moonlighting there so that you're paid to go and undermine. Wanjera and Julius Kamau ati wakuwe huko asubuhi washikwe so that those videos can circulate ati watu wengine wauziwe uoga. Wacha nikwambie Wanjera, wacha nikwambie Julius Kamau, wacha nikwambie Boniface Mwangi. Let me tell you, Giuliani, you motherfuckers, we've had enough of you. We have had, I am trembling right now, man. If you were near me, Giuliani, I would have punched the shit out of you. I'm trembling. And I'm telling you, if you interfere with our protests, if you dare interfere with our protests, Giuliani, Boniface Mwangi, if you dare you right now. You fucking cunts. Go and organize yours and sabotage yours. Don't sabotage other people's initiatives. Stay at home. You don't have to. You have no obligation to. You will not. We've studied your whatever. We saw how you whatever demobilize. You deflate movements. You have been doing so for the Uhuru Kenyatta regime. You're now doing it for Ruto. If we are dealing with Pastor Edward Mwai, kwani wewe ndio nani? Wewe courage base unafikiri ni mbali aje? Boniface Mwangi, you think we can't come there? You think we can't come to your house in courage base? Boniface Mwangi, unaona ni mbali sana, eh? I've just told you, you don't have to do anything. Stay at home. Boniface Mwangi, stay at home. Giuliani, stay at home. Wanjira, stay at home. Julius Kamau. But if you're coming there so that you can be arrested, so that you can send those videos to self here, my friend, Caswell Makoure was this close to being lynched by the femicide protesters last year. He was this close. He has never gone to a public gathering again, not unless it's in controlled environments like ODM. You people, you seem to underestimate. I've seen Morara Kebaso, who is trying to make himself like Jesus winner. Morara Kebaso, you're joking. Everyone knows what you're about. Everyone knows your garbage. You can tell by the way you talk. You're such a prick. You remind me of Peter Kenneth. You're such an asshole. The way you talk, everything. Now, just because a few TikTokers listen to you, the level-headed Kenyans, we know you're full of shit. And if you are still now the person who is being looked up to, you'd be getting money in the millions. People stop contributing to you for a reason. Because we educated them and alerted them of people of your kind, of your nature. You are pacifists. You appear on TV to quell, to create a semblance that our grievances have been heard and somebody in power will somehow act on it. While that has never happened, you are there, you are staged to deflate the anger. If you dare, wallahi billahi. Morara Kebaso, stay at home. Morara Kebaso, stay at home. Caswell Makaure, stay at home. Boniface Mwangi, stay at home. Giuliani Kenya, stay at home. Wanjera, stay at home. Julius Kamau, stay at home. It's as simple as that. You know the civil society, they refused to participate in other whatever, other protests because they were not involved. But we know their involvement comes with a liability, because if you allow Hanifa to come and be part of it, what she will do is that she will, once she has control, visibility control of the masses, or of the critical mass, what she will do is she'll take you close and then abandon you midway. Like how we started the protest in June, then you gave her all the clout, you gave her all the money, then at the penultimate phase, she pops out of nowhere and says, don't occupy State House, you're going to be killed. As if people were not killed in Githurai. They were killed, they were gotten into their homes, they were removed from their families, they were killed, they were chopped up, their bodies were thrown in the quarry. So they're not going to State House did not stop the police from killing. In fact, had they gone to State House, brought down the fence, gone and occupied it, they would still be alive. We would still be having 700 Kenyans still alive, but they've been killed by Nurdin Haji because of what? Because we failed to seize the moment. Let me tell you, Kenyans, whatever, March 9th, 2025 is your moment. You understand? March 9, 2025 is your moment. Rise to the occasion. Power is not given. Power is not handed. Power is taken. These people are not willing to let go. And the worst part is they still want to continue oppressing us. Your oppression has been bought through manufactured consent. They have made you believe that you deserve to live in poverty, in perpetuity. You deserve to live in squalor. You deserve to be struggling over SHA, over your medical bills. They want to make it like we used to be during the Moi era, that kwenda hospitali lazima ufanyiwe mchango, kwenda nini mazishi mchango. No, in the Western countries they don't do fundraisers for that. Why should we? Yet we can see that between last year June, had we occupied State House last year June, between June and February of this year, they have stolen 1.3 trillion. That is not chump change. Even during the Moi era, the budget of Kenya was never over 100 billion. Now these people have stolen 1.3 trillion. And everyone is silent. The media is silent. The donors and the diplomats are silent because everyone is in on it. Then the Auditor General is all a scripted pacification process, because every time she releases reports, you think they will be acted on, but they serve a purpose. Every day that she's sending those press releases to the media, they serve a purpose. The purpose is what? They have desensitized you to corruption. They have made you think about a billion. Now you people talk about a billion as if it's just. Previously, in the Kibaki era, there was a there was an Anglo leasing scandal, which was, I don't know, 3-4 billion. And the government had almost come to a standstill because of 3 billion. Now you guys are talking about trillions, and you're not in the streets, and you're not talking about occupying State House, and you're not talking about making your own Molotov cocktails. Molotov cocktails, you don't have to use fuel. You can use alcohol. You can use the cheapest alcohol in your liquor store. You can get the cheap, buy, put whatever wick, and then bus, flame it, throw. Utashinda huku mkiuliwa kama mapanya because that umebeba simu, maji na flag na toothpaste. No, you're not doing that toothpaste bullshit. You're gonna go there. You're going there to finish the job, to finish Kumalo. We have had an abusive relationship with the church. This is our moment to tell them that enough of your bullshit, enough of your garbage. So the program still remains. I will never be bought out. I will never come to tell you, no, don't do this, don't do that. I am not Hanifa. I am not Gidi Karaoke. Gidi Karaoke is there. You're saying, occupying State House does not sit well with me. Motherfucker. What has happened between then? 700 people have died or gone missing. They cannot be accounted for. There's 300 unclaimed bodies in various mortuaries in Nairobi. All of this could not have happened had we finished the job in June. But you are so close yet so far. What did you choose to do? You lent your attention to these people, to the infiltrators, to Hanifa. Why would you let somebody convince you to stop you from achieving a goal? You want to marry somebody. Watu wanakuja wanakwambia wachana na huyu msichana, wachana na huyu mzee. Then you're able to listen. You follow your heart. But when it comes to politics, you guys are ready to listen to any charlatan on the street, any chokora on the street. A chokora from Isli called Hanifa just comes out of nowhere and tells you, no, don't occupy State House. What has that got us? Have you benefited? Do you have more money in your pocket now that we didn't occupy State House? Freedom is expensive. Freedom is a sacrifice. The little semblance of freedom that we have today was because people with their right senses, with their right minds, they looked at these Muzungu bastards and said, this is rubbish. They have come and taken our lands. They have subjugated us. They have turned us into their slaves, into their servants. We cannot do this. This is not how we were living a few years ago. And with the clarity of mind, they said, enough is enough. Have you said enough is enough, my fellow Kenyans? Have you said enough is enough? Can you look to your neighbor right now, turn to your neighbor right now and tell them enough is enough? Can you turn to your neighbor and tell them Sunday is Occupy Jesus winner? Can you turn your neighbor and tell them Sunday we can also occupy State House? Can you turn your neighbor and tell them Ruto must go? It is that clarity of mind. It is that conviction. It is that purpose. It is that intention that is going to liberate us from our slavery. Are you ready, Kenyans, to march into your destiny? Are you ready? It is all a decision. You decide. It is all up to you. The day you wake up, and I keep using relationships because they are the most relatable. The day when you see that your husband has been physically abusing you. Women, you're so shrewd when it comes to relationship. When it comes to politics, you're ready to listen. You are ready to lend your ears to any hopody hoy, any fogozare idiot that lends you. And there's an idiot there called Kimuzi. Kimuzi comes and tells you, Maraga Omtata. Listen, if they wanted to announce their presidential bids, they should have done it. They should have done it before June. But now you cannot wait because our movement, our clamor is not for pushing for a specific individual or a specific candidate. No, our clamor is very simple. We want structural and institutional overhaul. All the structures that have been built to validate, to reinforce our oppressions, we want them to go down. We want them to collapse. You understand? That is exactly what we want. Now, after the system collapses and after we embark on a caretaker government, which will oversee the reforms, which will be participatory and they'll be fast-tracked. We won't be having the Bomas of Kenya nonsense where people were just going to fuck each other there in Bomas. If you remember, there were reports that condoms were running out every day. Free condoms in the toilet were running out every day because guys were just going there to bang each other. So we are not doing that. We'll do it online. We do the internet way, no physical meetings. We do online. People give their submissions, we talk, so that we crowdsource and we move faster on these deliberations when it comes to reforms, because everyone has an idea. All Kenyans have beautiful ideas. All Kenyans, they every day I am whatever. Every day we are I'm getting emails from people with beautiful proposals. So we just need a committee to harmonize whatever proposals they are getting from Kenyans. And then we have a draft. It is looked through. Simple. We can do this. We can do this in less than 3 months. A caretaker regime. So after we have done the institutional and structural overhaul, and then we have fixed and put the right people in offices, then you can announce your presidential bid and nobody is stopping you. Nobody is blocking you. David Maraga, this is not the time to tell us that you can do wonders. You are the Chief Justice, for Pete's sake. You had all the instruments of power to do wonders and you still didn't deliver. Why is it that people view politics as a retirement home, as a home for the aged? You are there, in your prime. You are in the judiciary in your prime. And then now you want to tell us what you didn't achieve in the judiciary, you're going to achieve in the presidency. Come on, please. You have every right to vie. Every Kenyan has a right to vie. But this is not the opportunity. We did not create this opportunity for you to come out of the woodwork and give us your phantom stories, your phantom cock and bull stories. No! No! This is the time for Ruto to go for structural and institutional overhaul. Afterwards, the new IEBC, once we get rid of the corrupt current IEBC, all the returning officers, all those motherfuckers will go to jail. Of you will go to jail. Once we get rid of them, we have the right people in office. Then, Maraga, come and vie, sell your agenda. Omtata, come and vie, sell your agenda. Obese buffoon, Fred Matiang'i, come and vie, sell your agenda. Uhuru Kenyatta, if you want, we can even do the constitution, because Uhuru Kenyatta is really undermining this movement. He wants power. Now he's hiding behind KDF because he wants KDF. Once Ruto goes, and because most of those commanders, he's the one who appointed them back in the day. Now he wants to hide behind them and now sneak into the presidency. It's like Uhuru Kenyatta masturbates in bed about the presidency because of this profound sense of entitlement that Kenya is Kenyatta family property. That's how Johnston Kamau changed his name from Johnston Kamau to Jomo Kenyatta because they wanted to add. They wanted to own Kenya. So Uhuru Kenyatta, even if you want to vie again as president, you will submit your proposals to the group, to the technical group that will be analyzing proposals for Kenya. And if it's okay, you can vie again. You don't have to hide behind Raila. Now you're the one who told Raila to join Ruto. You're the one who has done. Yeah, Uhuru is just doing the most. We saw you in Malindi. You're becoming so politically active for somebody who is supposed to be retired. You kept saying that you've retired. But now you're suddenly so politically active because the Gen Zs handed you a lifeline. And so if Uhuru wants to vie again, then you will come. The problem with the people who are announcing their premature bids currently is because they cannot survive on a merit-oriented environment. They know that the current IEBC is structurally deficient. But they want them to oversee the election, or the crooks that are going to be appointed by Ruto. They want them to oversee the election because they know the drills. They know how to maneuver, how to get themselves into, to bribe the returning officers and whatnot. They know. That's why they're saying, forget about whatever. Me, I just want. They're waiting now. If Ruto falls, then we do everything haphazardly or rush. But as we are saying, haraka ni ya nini? We have been oppressed for the last, I don't know how many years, since 1963, 50 whatever, 52 years or 62 years we have been under oppression. Ni haraka ya nini sasa? No, wacha hizo haraka Maraga, wacha hizo haraka Matiang'i, wacha hizo haraka Morara, wacha hizo haraka nani, Martha Karua. Wacha hizo haraka Gachagua. Gachagua, you are so shameless. Just a few months ago, you're in government, and now you become the biggest opposition activist. Fuck you, man, with your tribal narratives, with your tribal garbage, with your tribal bullshit. The only language we want to hear right now, if you're going to get the mic anywhere, the only language you're going to talk about, if you're masquerading as an opposition, if you're masquerading as anti-establishment, is Ruto must go. If you're not saying Ruto must go tomorrow, if you're not saying Ruto must go on Sunday, if you're not saying Ruto must go on Monday, then we have no business with you. Go back to the shithole that you crawled from. Ladies, I was saying, you people are very versatile. You're very, can I say, forthright when it comes to dealing with men and relationships. But when it comes to politicians, you're always doing a gray area. Men, the same. If a lady cheats on you, if a lady doesn't pick your call, if a lady, initially you know this is a red flag and you're ready to terminate the staff immediately. Ladies, you don't even wait for red flags. Sometimes it even appears in your dream. You dreamt of your husband was cheating on you and you're ready to leave them. But you're ready, but you're willing. You have been extending unlimited grace to the politicians who have continued shafting us. I need to understand why, when it comes to politics, you are ready to suspend rationality, the rationality that you use every day, the conviction that you use every day that serves you in your relationships, in your work, in your travels. You are ready to suspend it. And now you start saying, you start singing like those stupid mamambogas and bodas. Say, you suspend it. I need to understand what happens during elections. But I am on the bright side. Every cloud has a silver lining. I understand that majority, 8 million Kenyans, did not vote because the options that were presented by IEBC. Don't forget, IEBC had blocked us, had blocked many of us from vying because they had been paid by by UNDP, by EU, by UK governments to create a semblance of competition between Raila and Ruto, while all of them are one and the same thing. All of them, before any elections, they have to go to audition at Chatham House in London so that they can pledge their loyalty to the colonial establishment, so that they can promise to fulfill the agenda of the colonialists. And the colonialist agenda has always been one: oppress, kill the black man, kill the Negro. That's all they wanted. Kill, shoot the Negro. That's all they wanted. And so you have seen right now, the same Chatham House brothers have realigned and have signed a coalition agreement. You have seen them. Will you sit down and stomach another cycle of bullshit? Will you be with us on Sunday at Jesus Winner in Roysambu? Will you be with us as we send a message to the church that we are tired of their continued fraternization with the political establishment? We are tired of them platforming corrupt politicians. We are tired of them doing nothing, not speaking against the injustices that the young people are undergoing. We are going to send a strong message to the church and tell them that now the time is over. The abusive relationship that we have had, we are now calling it quits. We are now divorcing, and we now want to reclaim our country from the jaws of the cannibalistic profiteers and tumbocrats masquerading as men and women of God. Yesterday I saw another woman there of Jesus Winner. She even had a maroon, whatever. Was it an extension or weave? Mkona nguvu. Mi somebody amevaa weave kama hiyo chafu hivyo, haezi niprinchia, haezi nihubiria. Somebody who is coming to preach to me has to be decently dressed. You are wearing a maroon weave. What the fuck, man? Mekuwa nani? You cannot preach for me. Like, ukiwa na weave kama hiyo, hakuna, never. I will never. Kwa hivyo, Sunday, the protests are still on. Somebody had tried to bait me with a video that vandals had gone there. You know, now they are going to do a lot of shenanigans to show you that your whatever, your objective has been met. So some goons will be hired. Even the police, they ban their own cars. Let me tell you, you remember, I need you to go, everyone who is in your photo gallery after this live stream, I need you to go to your gallery and go to June photos. Now, there are photos which had been shared of police vehicles burning in Parliament. At the time they were burning on June 25th, it was in the morning, and the youth had not breached the barricade that had been erected by Boniface Mwangi's protesters. Remember, I had spent a lot of effort to tell you people that you are wasting time for 2 successive protests without reaching parliament because you are always cordoned with Boniface Mwangi's hoodlums when they were singing those choreographed songs from Giuliani. Nikonja. I swear if I hear Giuliani's song one more time on Sunday, please. He's not a revolutionary. He's not a movement, whatever. He's just been making music for his own benefit. Fine. But stop trying to impose him as now the entertainment arm of the revolution. That's rubbish. So those police trucks, they burned before the youth had breached the barricades, probably 3 hours. So police, they also burned their vehicles to create the illusion that you are the ones, you have reached your objective so as to push you away. So everything is just structured to sell surrender to you. The only time you're going to celebrate the burning of a police vehicle is the one you have burnt. Wewe. You have thrown that Molotov cocktail na ukaichoma. Wewe. You'll have a flag and then you tell us we have burnt. We don't want the stupid idiot who went there to say, Mr. Speaker, sir, what did you do? You are supposed to burn that parliament. But now we don't even want to burn parliament. Now we want straight focus. If you're going to go anywhere, it is State House. We need you focus. We need ruthless focus. If you're going to go anywhere, can you get your ass to State House? Are we together? It is now or never. How does a head of state go and give 20 million? Kwani ametubeba aje? And then you pledge another 100 million. Na kwanga umetubeba aje? On the same day, there was a newspaper headline saying that 1.3 trillion has been withdrawn illegally from the exchequer, from the consolidated fund. No, we cannot. This is not the time to be distracted. Raila Odinga, this is not the first coalition he has ever signed. This is the fourth. Why are you giving him your airtime? Why are you paying him mind? You have better things to do, like prepare. Are you hosting the people in Nairobi? You're supposed to be hosting 1 or 2 people from up country. Have you done so? The people from Zimmerman and Mirema, have you hosted your friends? Even Muslims are allowed to occupy Jesus Winners. Hallelujah. Muslims, all Muslims are welcome except Hanifa Edan. We don't want to see your ugly face there. Don't want to see your pathetic face there. Hanifa, you have been warned. Don't be anywhere near Jesus Winner. We have to move with conviction. We have to move with purpose, with intention. We have to stop being distracted. You have to stop consuming the news that has happened today because this is nothing new. You see, they call it news because it should be new. But Raila signing a coalition is stale. This is crap that he did a long time ago. The people you saw in KICC, if they were confident that they would marshal the numbers, they would have done that thing in Kasarani Stadium or Nyayo Stadium. They went to KICC so as to create the illusion that your place ilikuwa imejaa. KICC is a very small place. Hata concert inajazanga hapo. Na ni watu wamelipa. So kulipa watu kuwapatia 200 wakuje hapo is a very simple mobilization process. You should not be distracted by that. You should not be discouraged by that. You should be focused on our agenda. Our agenda is we are occupying Jesus Winner. Pastor Edward Mwai and his wife Agnes Mwai have insulted our collective intelligence. They even went to State House to collect the money, to collect the pledge. They went there so that William Ruto can hire goons who are going to come and try and challenge us tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I'm telling you, stop carrying maji, simu, I don't know, a flag. Beba ujihami. Do you understand what the meaning of kujihami is? Unaenda kama umejihami. You are doing something called aura for aura. Wakirusha, tunarusha. You are going as you're prepared. They sema maji na flag. Umbwa nyinyi. Never seen imagine a flag. Wallahi bilahi Boniface Mwangi ukuje. Umbwa wewe. Let us move in unison. Let us move with purpose. It has taken us a long time to get this consensus because of your constant distraction by all these paid saboteurs, infiltrators, and pacifists. You, especially the Kenyans in diaspora, the naivety with the Kenyans in diaspora is insane. I have never seen that. They are micromanaged, they are controlled, they are remote controlled by... They were remote controlled by all these other idiots. By Boniface Mwangi and who? The Kenyans in diaspora, you are the ones who destroyed our movement last year. Because you gave all your money to Hanifa, you gave all your money to Morara. All of them just engaged us with nonsensical sideshows which further delayed our pursuit, the achievement of our objectives. Kenyans in diaspora, I need to understand why you're so naive. I have seen the stories that you guys do. They are nonsensical stories. Why can't you be part of a new Kenya? Why can't you push? We haven't seen you rise up. Why aren't you telling us you're going to give us money to occupy Jesus Winner? Yet you still claim you want to come back and invest in your homes. Rubbish. You're Kenyans in diaspora, you have to make the deliberate effort to elevate yourselves mentally. Though you left with a lot of stupidity from Kenya, na mkaipeleka huko ujinga. I can see it. I see the stories somebody like Suga Shambe captured. This devoid of any intellect, devoid of any ideas. The stupidity that you left with here in Kenya, mukaenda nayo America, ndio bado mko nayo. Let me tell you, enlightenment is a deliberate process. You have to elevate yourself. You have to look. You have to follow the people who are challenging you. You don't have to follow the people who are entertaining you all the time. Do you live for entertainment? Are you so grossly under-entertained that you have to be following entertainers all the time? No, you have to be challenged. You have to follow the people who are telling you the stuff that you don't want to hear. We are in an age, we're in an era of unprecedented access to information. Why aren't you taking advantage of it? Why are you continuing to follow the nonsensical stories? I was following this Marango, Pastor Marango story and his family, Dome beef. Guys are there. You flocked there like flies on shit. Look at Caliph Cairo. Some of you have businesses which you don't follow or which you are not even attentive to, which you don't even invest the amount of time that you've invested on Caliph Cairo's failed businesses. Everything is intentional. Everything is purposeful. If I was a part of the media-driven Kenyans, I would not be having the conviction that I have right now. I would not be having the preparation that I have right now to tackle William Ruto. But I knew from the onset that Githeri Media is a captured institution. I knew from 2017 that these guys, instead of focusing on the electoral theft that was validated by the Supreme Court, they were focusing on a motherfucker eating Githeri. That's when I knew our media has gone to the dogs. Now, you knowing that, why would you watch Githeri Media? In my local, I passed, and it was 10 years ago, I said, they used to have this tendency where we are watching the game or we are watching something, and then they say, Atipoesha hiyo tuone news. Those wazers, they used to always do that. And they used to do it at 7 and 9. My friend, in my local, I passed, and I said, there is no, na tukafukuza hao wazee. Wazee sasa wakajamu, wakatoka, wakaenda kwa baa ingine kule wanaona news. But you say, we won't listen to this garbage. That's how you're going to be suppressing anyone who is trying to convince you not to occupy Jesus Winner. They are there trying to blackmail us emotionally on the DMs. Huyo ni mtu wa Mungu. Huyo ni nani? Mtu wa Mungu. Na unakaa na shetani, uko hapo na shetani mwenyewe, William Ruto. William Ruto is the devil's agent. In fact, William Ruto is the devil himself. Na mko na yeye hapo na unatuambia wewe ni mtu wa Mungu. Tuachishe umafi wewe mzee. Wemze, tuachishe umafi. We're tired. This garbage has gone on for far too long. You have to move with purpose. You have to move with intention. You have to have the courage. You have to have the energy. You have to have the optimism that on the other side of the river is prosperity. You have to understand that we didn't just get here. We started doing civic education and we started talking a long time ago. Are you ready to step into your light? Are you ready to walk to your destiny? Are you ready to chart your path? I've been asking you to follow a social media account called No Country Here, at No Country Here. It's on X, it's on TikTok. He's giving you a lowdown of how we are going, what we are going to do once we occupy State House. Number one, there is this prolific photo of a young man who had been shot on Parliament Road. And then there's the 3 young boys who are holding the flag. That boy was called Chege. He was shot in the brain, in the head, and his brain splattered out from behind. At No Country Here, that X account has been listing down the individuals who we are going to hang on that very street that they shot Chege. We are going to hang them there publicly for everyone to see. And Waigoro, if you have a passport, leave the country. Ali Hassan Joho, if you have a passport, leave the country. Nurdin Haji, if you have a passport, go to Somalia. Where they killed the young people in parliament is where we are going to publicly execute them. That is where we are going to publicly execute them. The list, go to the account at No Country Here. The list of politicians and government officials that we are going to be hanging is there. This is a reality that we can achieve if you move with purpose, if you move with conviction, if you move with intention. Don't be distracted. There is nothing new about Raila and Ruto signing a pact. These are 2 thugs who have been together in the ODM. They started it together. So why are you excited about something, about a cycle that keeps recurring? It's like a dream, bad dream to be precise. It's very simple. That is exactly what we are going to do. So anyone who is telling you otherwise, anyone who is telling you to wait for 2027, if these motherfuckers can steal 1.3 trillion in 8 months, can you imagine if we give them another 2 years or how much they'll have stolen? Can you imagine? Will there be anyone alive if SHA is not working? Will there be anyone alive? Occupying Jesus Winner is your first step to liberation. Your freedom is very expensive. Look, I haven't had a haircut in months. This is my sacrifice to stay underground for you, so that I can educate you, so that I can keep you focused. Because the only problem that I have embarked on this journey to liberate Kenya is the distraction. Because you guys are so stupid, man. Like a story just starts trending out of nowhere, you picked it up. No, my friend, no. Occupy State House is trending hand in hand with the hashtags you're using. Be it on TikTok or X, the hashtags that you're using: Occupy Jesus Winner, number 1. Occupy State House, number 2. Number 3, Ruto must go. No more, no less. We don't need any more hashtags. Those are enough. So that is what we are doing. They are going back to back in rapid succession. one after the other. KDF, we have given you the authority, the people. Kenya Defense Forces, if you're going to take a screenshot right now, this is the time, because I want to send a message to Kenya Defense Forces. Kenya Defense Forces, last year, you failed us. Last year, you obeyed unconstitutional and legal orders to occupy civilian streets. We cannot trust you with civilian powers. So Kenya Defense Forces, KDF, you have our mandate, you have our authority to ship Ruto to whatever shithole country he wants to go to exile. He should not live with our money, just enough for him. Whatever substance that is constitutionally awarded to him. Don't take any more money with those metallic boxes. You know what you did, KDF, on June 25th with those 2 helicopters. You know what you did. So you remove him from State House, take him to the airport where his private jet will be going, and then he goes with, use Kenya 1. It's our asset, by the way. Kenya 01. Fly it, take him to whichever shithole country that he wants to go, or whichever. He can go to, I don't know which way. He can go to France. Emmanuel Macron will protect him there. Go, take him to France, and then bring back our jet. But even France, you should drop him somewhere in the middle, like Dubai. So drop him somewhere, and then from there, Emmanuel Macron can send a plane to pick him up. So, and you come back, take everything, put it in order, and then it reverts to Parliament or to the Chief Justice. So if Parliament, the chain is Parliament or the Chief Justice. So the members of Parliament, this will be a natural process afterwards. It will move very quickly. They are the ones who are going to, even we won't tell them, they are going to impeach Petangula very fast, because now they will see things are serious. And then now we can work on a caretaker government. A caretaker government. We will have people from all sectors. We know all of you who are working for Ruto, so we will be sure to ensure that you're not part of that. We do a debt audit. We know where that money has been stolen, who has been stealing. We start chasing people. So that can happen in the immediate. We don't have to wait until we have a new president. Maraga is telling you, wait for 2027, then I will. No, I'm telling you, this can be done from next week. If you move with purpose, if you move with conviction, if you stop watching the media, if you stop listening to idiots, if you stop following infiltrators and state-sponsored traitors like Hanifa, Polo Kemani, Boniface, Mwangi, Kop Shakur, if you stop following them, this can be achieved, and it's in all our benefit. So any politician who is not telling you Ruto must go, who is not speaking that language and is telling you about 2027, like this idiot called Cornelius Rono. Cornelius, I know you're watching this live stream, you stupid idiot, you fucking asshole. Can you finish one day without saying 2027? Would you die? Would you die if you didn't say 2027? Stop your nonsense. Let me tell you, our online space, we should guard it with all the jealousy that is required. Because we have all these gathering media offshoots and surrogates who are coming here and to give us cock and bull stories. Every day they are just pushing the mainstream agenda. No, we have our own agenda. We have our own, we have our own path. We don't need to listen to bullshit about Raila and whatnot. We have our own path. And our own path is, if you are not talking about Occupy Jesus Vina right now as a big wig, as a who, you are not with us, you are with the oppressor. Meskia. Thank you. Thank you very much for listening to me. It takes a lot of guts to listen to somebody like me, because I'll never say something that will make you happy. I've never been in my memoirs, and whenever I will do my own podcast to talk about my story, I've never been a liked person ever in my life. I've never been popular in school. I've been popular because, of course, of my positions on issues. But I've never been popular as loved. Never been popular in my community. I'm famous. There's a difference between being famous and being popular. Being popular is being loved because you are relating with the masses. You can be able to tell them stuff that excites them or entertain them. I've never been that kind of person. So it takes a lot of strength, even for for people. But you know, it's something we can call it an acquired taste. Acquired tastes are not. Initially, when you took your first sip of beer, you're like, yuck, yuck. You took like this, huh? Many of you are like, yuck, yuck. But now, wengine wenyu hapo kina Dr. Kipkirui, Dr. Kipkirui na kuona. I can see your tweets. Dr. Kipkirui sasa wanamezanga pombe kama capsules inaenda kutobokea kwa tumbo. But the first time you took it was yuck. Yuck. But sasa bara after kumeza, kuteremsha, kuserereka. Umesikia? So I'm an acquired taste. I'm that kind of person. So you won't like me initially, but once you get to know me, I'm irresistible. Irresistible. I'm telling you, it's aura is the aura from above, aura from God. So Sunday 9th March 2025, tuko Jesus winner. Kuko na 120 million zetu zimetugojea. Taxpayers money zimetugojea pale. Kila mtu anaenda anagongwa. Na kama wewe hautaenda, wewe ni mtu kwenye. Niliona ngoma ingine hapo ya nini? Wazee wanaitwaje? Nini? Kina Munga wanaitwaje? Nimewasahau. Wanasema paipu ukihata matope unakanyanga shonde. Watu wa pipeline, manze mumeteseka hivyo, mumeteseka kwa sababu ya wanasiasa. Simkuje tu maandamano. Mkuje tu kwa maandamano. Kujeni. Wacheni uoga. Nimeambiwa paipu ati Wakamba wote wenye wameandikwa na Wahindi wanakuanga huko. Sababu unajua Wakamba wanakuanga wameingiza baridi. Kwanza wameingiza baridi unajua muhindi anaweza kazilika akinjua mimi nilikuwa maandamano. Unajua tumeambiwa na muhindi Sunday tuende kanisa alafu turudi nyumbani. Wacheni umafi. Mkuje. Nyinyi tunataka tumsikie mko Outer Ring Road. Mkipatana na polisi ni kupambana nao. Na nimemwambia you don't have all of you to go ahead. Munaenda hivi, wengine wanapata nyuma, mnawapata nyuma, alafu ndio hiyo cocktail, Molotov cocktail. Poa. Finish kumalo. Tunaenda. Hakuna no wasting time on any roadblock. Kwa sababu the ratio, police to citizen ratio is 1 to 600. You already outnumber them kwa sababu hata polisi wale wengi they are there out guarding the MPs, guarding kama Ruto kwake nyumbani already kuko na polisi kama 200. So their numbers are minimal, wako kidogo sana. So ukipatana na mtu 10 wanamtisha aje na mko watu 200 300. Wengine mbele, wengine nyuma. Molotov cocktail, mununue ma wines and spirit ama gede, ama mchukue gede kule mtachukua. Mudeal na wao, muende. Wale wengine wanatoka na huko Mathare, mudeal na wao. Wale wengine wanapita Kiambu Road, mupate mudeal na wao. Wale wengine mtapata hapo nje ya NIS hapo kwanza. Mkimaliza kuoccupy Jesus winner, hapo panafaa kuwa kama war zone. Should be a war zone for NIS. And right now I am advising NIS, please take your sensitive operations muzipeleke DOD. Move your sensitive operations to DOD. Kwa sababu huko lazima tukuje. Huyu Nurdin ametubeba ufala sana. This Nurdin motherfucker ametubeba ujinga. Kwa hivyo njia za kufika pale Roysambu ni nyingi sana. Usishi ati umepata roadblock sasa, there are so many panya routes to get in there. But you move in groups. 50 to 100 people so that you get the cops. Ndani yenu kutakuwa na mapolisi wengi sana. So mjue mnaangalia nani anakaa na frame za polisi, unaweza jua tu. Ukiangalia tu uone mtu nywele hawananga first of all. Nywele hawananga first of all. Utajua tu mpolisi. Lakini ni vizuri you mobilize yourselves from your estate so that you keep track of each other. Self-audit, self-regulation amongst your own cliques. So, mumetoka pamoja kwa estate. Kama mnatoka Paipu, mtoke pamoja. Kama mnatoka wapi, mtoke pamoja. Sasa tuingie wapi? Thika Road. Wenye wanapitia Kiambu Road, msikose mpitie huko NIS na nini. Listen, freedom is not cheap. Freedom, the people who paid the ultimate price previously, but the freedom was hijacked by the home guards, by the elites, by the people who sold us out. We call them Tokonias, the Gabriel Ogudas, the Decembers, the Kasmuel Makoures, Wasaliti, Maumbwa, Manugu, Kumamazenu. We are very alert to your machinations. We will be very vigilant once the movement bears fruit to not only defend, but to protect, to insulate the revolution from encroachment by opportunists. Umesikia? This is your time, young men and women. Rise! Attack! On that note, as I end, if you're taking a screen grab, if you're recording this, I need you to capture this. And on that note, Monday, 10th of March, 2025 is a public holiday as declared by Francis Gaitho today. You will not go to work. You will not go to school. You will rest because the work that you will do on Sunday to liberate the country will be very tedious. Chances are it will spread over to the next day. But you are not going to work on Monday. Monday is a public holiday as I have declared right now. Did you hear? Are we together? I don't need any defiance to my directives. You have been following losers. You have been following traitors. You have been following infiltrators. Can you try my strategy? Utakufa if you try my strategy. You have followed everyone else. You have followed Morara. Morara amekupeleka countrywide kuona projects, stall projects, white elephants. Okay, so do you have more money in your pocket? Do you have an extra plate of igali on your table? No. Can you try my strategy? Tuseme tumejaribu everything else. We have tried everything. We have tried going to court. We have tried the judiciary. They are captured. We have tried this. They are no. Can we try my strategy? Tujaribu yangu tuone. If you occupy State House and you don't achieve your objectives, then utasema huyo Gaitho tuachane na yeye. You followed Makoure to his TV stations. You have followed who? You have followed everyone else other than my advisories. And of anything that I've ever said, of any person that I have ever cast doubts on, I have never been wrong. Go to my TL, show me just one place I made a wrong call and I'll show you pigs that fly. Show me just one tweet, one person nilisema huyu ni msaliti. Nionyeshe tu mtu mmoja. Mlikuwa mmesema hapo mtata, 2 people or 3 people are abducted right after meeting him. So, you see, this instinct is God-given. But over and above being God-given, you have to also train yourself. And the training starts, it takes a long time. Yeah? It takes a long time and you have to first wean yourself from the very media. You have to first block your ears from all the hate, from all the negativity, from all the people who are selling you defeat, who are selling you desperation, who are selling you desolation, who are telling you that you are condemned to this fate for life. That is what religion has done to you. They have told you, if you pray, if you tithe, if you give us money, if you fast, we have done everything that religion and the churches have asked us to. And we are still poor, we are still broke, we are yet to achieve our potential, we are yet to realize our dreams. We have done everything you have asked for, religious leaders. Tumefanya to the letter we have given. We have contributed to your churches. We have given you money even to buy your personal cars. We have done what? And we are still stuck in this state of poverty, in this state of mass disenfranchisement. So can you now step aside as religious leaders and let me tell the people what they need to do? You have everything to gain from a prosperous country. You have everything to gain. This work is tireless, it's thankless, nobody pays me. I've sacrificed my life. I did not have Christmas with my family. I have not been able to do anything for the last 4 months. All to try and get you to see that oppression is you. It is you who has accepted it as a way of life. And the day you say enough is enough, just like you left your abusive marriage, just like you left your cheating partner, just like you left your job where you are being overworked and underpaid, just like you have done everything, just like you have used your mental faculties to guide you in day-to-day life, I want you to use the same tools to discern the political shenanigans, to discern the lies, to discern the pacification, and to rise to your purpose, to rise to your destiny, to actualize your full potential. Your full potential is to liberate the country. Our parents failed us, the boomers. They used a whole bunch of mind control tactics, but all they were doing is waiting for politicians to come. They line up, they give them unga and sukari, and they did it every successive political cycle. Our parents and grandparents fail us. Don't fail your children. They will ask you this question, that you had this day to occupy State House. Why didn't you? Will you tell them that you owe somebody called Hanifa? You think they'll listen? So somebody called Hanifa told us not to go to state. You think they'll listen? You think they'll listen? You have a duty to make Kenya a better place for your children. You understand? It's for your children. We have already missed out on the productive phase of our lives at the moment, but we can do it for our children and the younger generations. We have to be selfless. We have to sacrifice. You have to rise above all the fear mongering and all the everything that they have put to reinforce your oppression, to make you accept it as a way of life. You have to overcome it. And then you march forth. Reclaim our country from the jaws of cartels, from the jaws of Somali oligarchs, from the jaws of foreign colonial masters. Kenya is ours. Kenya is Marwa. All the journalists who have sold us out, all the musicians who have not joined into the cause, everyone who has not tweeted, who has not encouraged people to occupy Jesus Winner, wallahi billahi, we will give you the same treatment that we will be giving the corrupt politicians. In Kikuyu, we said, Otire Moishi na Mosho Dereria. It means that you are co-conspirators. Silence is consent. Your silence in these moments of revolution, you are consenting with our oppression. You are part of our oppression, and we are going to treat you in the same way. Don't think you have a lot of street cred, Calligraph Jones. Usifikiri uko na street cred, my friend. Kama if you're not with the people, my friend, utakuwa hapo Parliament Street. If you're there doing PR for the government, Polo Kemani. If you're there doing PR for the government, trying to undermine Sunday, Polo Kemani, you will be hanged on Parliament Road next to Anne Waigoro. There is no difference. Otire Moishi na Moshodereria. Silence is consent. If you are not with us, you are with the enemy. And if we win, when we win, We are coming for every one of you who undermined this journey, because you have to atone for everyone who has died. Everyone who has died, the 700 people who have died and are missing, the 300 bodies which have been appearing in the mortuaries in Nairobi, somebody has to pay that price with their blood. It starts with the politicians. It starts with the religious leaders. It starts with the traitors, with the infiltrators. You have to tell us why you worked with the regime to kill us. It's simple. Kuna mambo mingi. Why you, as Paulo Kemani, you have appeared out of nowhere and you're telling people, I don't know Telegram and what. You have to explain to the Truth, Justice, and Execution Commission. We are going to have, for the first time anywhere in the world, Truth, Justice, and Execution Commission. TJEC. You know, the other one was Truth, Justice, and Reconciliation Commission, TJRC. That's rubbish. As we want. Truth, Justice, and Execution Commission. So we are going to call you Paulo Kemani, Hanifa Edan, Boniface Mwangi. We tell you, we remove your tweets. Did you tell people not to go to State House? Yes. Why did you tell them not to go to State House? I wanted to save their lives from because they were going to be killed if they stayed in CBD. So did them going home, did it save their lives? What do you mean? Your Honor, we are going to put somebody there very, very tough. We're going to put who? We're going to put Amerix as the chairman of the, Truth, Justice, and Execution Commission. So you said now you'll be calling Amerix Your Honor. Your Honor. So did them going home, did it stop the police from going for them to kill them? No. So could we be wrong to assume that you could have been on the payroll of the police to get them home because it was easier to get them when they are not surrounded by their friends? They say, no, you have your lawyer. You bring your lawyer over there. You have Cliff Ombeta. You bring Cliff Ombeta there. He says, Your Honor, no. This is a simple question. Are we right to conclude that you telling people to leave CBD was driving is like a herder, like a shepherd driving or somebody driving their goats and cows to the slaughterhouse? That is exactly what happened on June 25th. That is exactly what happened on June 25th. So would we be wrong to conclude that you were on the payroll of the regime of the National Intelligence Service to ensure people go back to their homes? Then it will be easier to track them with their Safaricom lines and pick them one by one, chop them up, and throw their bodies in Kware. Your Honor, no, Hanifa, do you need some water? Have some water there. Drink some water. Boniface Mwangi, yes, Your Honor. Come here. There is a video of you. There is a video of you in Nairobi CBD. In fact, you were slapped at some point. I'm telling you now what the Amerix and the prosecutors, so the Truth, Justice, and the Execution Commission. We are going to have Cyprian Yakundi there as one of the prosecutors. Then there'll be a TV there. Then can you press play? Then Cyprian Yakundi asks Boniface Mwangi. Boniface Mwangi, did you tell people to leave Nairobi CBD? Because actually Cyprian is the one who broke that video. Actually, he's the best placed to be the prosecutor. So, can you? Did you tell people? Can you tell the court? Did you tell the people to leave CBD on June 25th? No, you're denying. Just hold on. Press play. And then you're seen there. You're seeing even people slapping you. And then people are telling you you're not our leader. Could we be wrong to conclude that you were working on behalf of the state? Then obviously it's denials. Boniface Mwangi will say, no, I've never worked for the government. And then we remove some other evidence. Is it you who attended this police seminar and you said you were invited by the head of civil service, Felix Koskei? Is that your tweet? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Could you clarify? Are you the one who started the hashtag polisi ni marafiki? Polisi ni marafiki. The same police who have killed 700 people, you said polisi ni marafiki. Could you confirm what did you tweet that? Your Honor, no, you know my phone was hacked by who? Paulo Kemani, come here. Yes, Your Honor. These are proceedings. I'm reading you proceedings from the Truth, Justice, and Execution Commission. Come here, Paulo Kemani. Come here, Kahalifu Cairo. Kahalifu Cairo. You had, did you used to shoot a video every day before people were saying they are occupying State House? Yes. Why were you shooting the video? You know. Were you on the payroll? No, I never received any money. We have the M-Pesa. We have all the M-Pesa statements over here. We have got there was a court order, special injunction, which got us these statements. We can see you received money from Gideon Kiveka. Gideon Kiveka. Do you know Mr. Gideon Kiveka? We can see you received 100,000. No, he was sending because I was sick. I don't know what. You were sick and yet you were able to make a video. Kahalifu Cairo. And then we have now, who is the other traitor? We call them one by one. We know you, all you infiltrators. Because it's because of you that 700 Kenyans are died or have died or are still missing. We cannot unsee that. We will never forget that. Who the fuck do you think you are? We'll have to do audits of everyone who is missing. All their parents will come. We will come to that Truth, Justice, and Execution Commission. You will not believe, man. You will not believe. Utaamini wewe msenge. You think this is a joke? You think you'll keep on playing with people's lives? You think you'll keep on postponing our date with destiny? All because you're chasing handouts here and there. You're getting little money. Oh, yeah. Truth, Justice, and Execution Commission. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, to those who tuned in. Sunday, Occupy Jesus Winner. Monday is a public holiday. After Occupy Jesus Winner, you are at liberty to do anything you want to do. Congregate in CBD, occupy State House. Me, I've just seen those trends. I haven't encouraged you to do anything. Fuck it. Occupy State House. Occupy State House. Occupy State House. Viva, comrades. Viva, patriots. Let's liberate Kenya.